Hello, good afternoon. Hey there, everybody. I am WCIA3's Aaron Eads. I'm sitting in a car right now. I was going to talk to you guys outside. It's kind of windy out there, though. Let me give you here's a look at the courthouse. I'm in Urbana right now. That is a look at the Urbana Federal Courthouse. Through a windshield that is covered in bugs. Please try to ignore that. Again, it's a little windy outside, or I'd be sitting out there, but I'm in a car right now. Talking to you now because I have been in court all morning. So right now up in Peoria, Brent Christensen is there with his team of lawyers, with the U.S. attorneys, figuring things out before we go to trial. They're in the process of selecting the jury. I've been here at the Urbana courthouse watching a video feed of all of that happening. So I'm going to tell you exactly what happened this morning. This thing is set to go to trial on Wednesday. In order to do that, they have to pick out a jury. They're going to pick out 12 jurors, but they have to vet about 70 people to make that happen. So of those 70 people that they qualify for jury service, 12 of them are going to get picked to sit on this jury. Has anybody ever served on jury duty before as part of a case? If you have, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. But anyway, here's what happened this morning. I've got again, I'm sitting in the car because it's kind of windy outside. I've got my Cliff notes that I've been taking this morning from what happened in court there in Chicken Scratch. I'm the only person I'm pretty sure who could read them. So what happened was they have to get to 70 potential jurors. They have to get up to 70 people who could be on this jury. That's going to take a while. They started this on Monday, and they've been weeding them out. They're asking them questions in court like, do you support the death penalty? Or how do you feel about the death penalty? They're doing some individual questions that we don't get to hear because that's happening in the judge's chambers. That's behind closed doors. But what we do know is when the judge comes back in the room, he tells us how many jurors they've picked out. So they got to get up to 70. They're going to get a pool of 70 jurors. 12 of which will actually be sitting on the jury. Right now, they're up to 43. So they think they're going to get to 70 by the end of the week. Then the trial for Brent Christensen is supposed to start on Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. So again, if you're just now joining me, I'm sitting in a car right now because it's kind of windy outside. That's the federal courthouse in Urbana. I've been in there this morning watching a video feed of the jury selection process for the Brent Christensen case. Spoke with a representative for Ying Zhang's family. Because they had been in court watching the proceedings the past couple of days, or I think they went to Peoria on Monday and then they went to Urbana like I didn't watch the video. They're taking a day off, just staying at their home here. Representative for the family says they're kind of stressed. He's still kind of explaining how the legal process works for them and everything. So that's where we're at with them. Other than that, there was nobody who was there to watch besides the family representative, nobody was in Urbana to watch the proceedings besides me and a couple other reporters. So we were just sitting in there, taking some notes on it. So here's what's going to happen. This afternoon, they're going to reconvene and do the same thing. So the biggest story tonight is going to be how many jurors they have up to. So they're supposed to get to that pool of 70 by the end of the week. Once they get to the pool of 70 by then, they're going to weed out 12 jurors plus 6 alternates. Because in case, some of them are sick or if anything happens to them, you have 6 alternate jurors that are on the bench ready to go in just in case. So these 12 people will have the job of deciding, number one, if they believe that Brent Christensen is guilty of his charges beyond a reasonable doubt. And number two, if he is, should he be sentenced to life in prison or the death penalty? Maribeth says this has gone on for too long. A lot of people feel that way, but it's the justice process. It's just how it goes. You can't just take a case like this and just put people on it. Oh yeah, you guys will do fine. They have to carefully vet everybody. I wasn't sitting on a couch. I was sitting on a chair in a room in that courthouse on the second floor, where they were showing us a live video feed of everything going on in Peoria. We're actually going to be in Peoria whenever the actual trial starts, but because it's just the jury selection process, there's not there's not a ton that's there for us to see. So we're gonna show you that when we move forward. I don't know what y'all are talking about a couch. I don't know what that's about. But anyway, that's the deal. That's where we're at with this. We've picked 43 jurors out of the 70 so far. The judge has to continue to evaluate those. Oh, one of the questions he asked them was, he asked all the jurors, the potential jurors, he said, who in the jury pool has heard of this before? It's a pre-trial publicity case. Almost all of them raised their hands, just from news reports or whatever else. So that was a question. But the other questions, we don't hear what they are because they are behind closed doors in the judge's chambers. So there were a couple jurors that got excused automatically, one for medical reasons. Another one is moving to a different state pretty soon, which the judge joked this morning. He said, so for the rest of you wondering what you say to get out of jury duty, that's it. So that was, so that happened. So we're going to keep you updated. They're reconvening in an hour, and then the process is going to begin again for this afternoon. They're going to have, they're going to bring in, I think, 14 or 16 more potential jurors. They'll go through the same thing with them. They'll explain how the process works. They'll interview them one by one, and then they'll pick which ones of those will form their potential jury pool, where we should be getting up to 70 by Friday. And then once we have a full jury, then we're going to be starting to talk about what the trial actually looks like. So thanks for watching. Here's an update on everything, and we will, of course, have more for you at 5 and 6 tonight.